I have good news. And I thought it would be good to share it properly, because if there's one thing there's a dearth of at the moment is good news. And some of this will appear a little bit self-centered, which I acknowledged. But actually, I don't think it's just a win for me and Stand Up and Batshit Bonkers Britain, but it's sort of a win for what I'm trying to do, what you guys are helping me do. So you'll know that I've been trying to get venues to have me to do my Stand Up Batshit Bonkers Britain. And I've been doing this for 3 years now. For the first year, 48 theatres cancelled quite easily under a little bit of pressure. In the next year, I think it was 27 venues cancelled. More pressure, actual blackmail, horrible threats, police involvement from our end, that sort of thing. And one of the venues that I have been trying to get for the longest time is Skegness. And they have a lovely theatre there on the front called the Embassy Theatre. And I'm trying to get these venues because I know that people need people. And one of the things we lost and are losing at a rate of knots, clubs closing, pubs closing, is spaces where people can gather and feel better. And I've seen the magic of what it's like when people leave these events. I know this really matters. I know people can just say, oh, it's stand up, it doesn't matter. It does matter, I think. So the Embassy in Skegness, I was up in Skegness. I've spent a lot of time in Skegness because Skegness was one of the places where it's a lovely, sweet, family, old school seaside town. And yet the Home Office went in there and bought up loads of the hotels in Skegness. Because I guess some people, critics would say it's run down, it's old fashioned, it's, what is it, just regular, ordinary people. What, imagine going to a holiday, having a family holiday in Skegness. Like, so, you know, the good and the great would never holiday in Skegness because it wouldn't be fancy enough for them. You know, it's not Centre Parks, it's not Waitrose, darling. It's just plain old fashioned, lovely family fun, like the same way I see Blackpool. Regardless, the Home Office went in there and took over loads of the hotels on the front, on the seafront, meaning that they filled them with illegals. And basically, time after time, they went in, the Home Office, our money, went in, took over a hotel, gave the hotel owner more than they could possibly earn in that, say, 2-year period, 3-year period, and removed all responsibility from the hotel owner. So they would earn more than they could earn if they stayed open, and they removed all responsibility from the hotel owner. So, I mean, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you just give it over to illegals? Why wouldn't you just take the money and run? But the amazing thing was that some hotels didn't, because they didn't want to let down the people of Skegness. They didn't want to let down their customers that were there year after year. And they didn't want to spoil what Skegness is. And I'm an outsider, but I see it. Anyway, some hotels didn't just go for the money. Some hotels wouldn't let down Skegness. One of them was the Hatters, is the Hatters. And one of them was the Savoy. And there are others that I haven't mentioned here. The Savoy on the front, just lovely. I stayed there. And they held firm in order to stand up for ordinary people of Skegness. Okay, cut to the Embassy Theatre. They said they would have a show a couple years ago. And I went in to shake the hand of the, I think, general manager there. I don't know. And I said, oh, I'm so grateful to you, thank you. Can't wait to come here and perform, can't wait to bring all of Skeggy together. And he said, yeah, well, hopefully we'll make that happen. And I rang lovely Mark after and I said, that's a confirmed booking, but he said, hopefully. And then it turned out they wouldn't have the show. And I found that really hard because I'd gone in and met the guy, I shook his hand, I showed what I am to him, which is, you know, nothing. And then for whatever reason, he must have gone to whatever pressure from whatever council or the Home Office or whatever and didn't hold the show. Anyway, cut to now. And amazingly, the Skeggy Embassy has said yes. And even more amazingly, and this is why I believe your path in life is already set, I believe the more you throw yourself to the path and more that you accept that there will be falls along the way and punches and you need to take some pain, your path isn't going to be easy, even if it is your path. Somebody dropped out of whatever gig they were supposed to be doing. I don't know, I wish them well. And we got their date. So this really is much more, this isn't just about like, oh, we've got a date in Skegness. This is much more of a story and much more of the truth of what I'm trying to do with Batshit Bonkers Britain, with the stand-up tour, with switching out to being a stand-up now, is I know it's the right thing to do. I know it's what I'm supposed to be doing. I know what happens in these rooms. I know that people go away going, oh my God, there's so many of us that just are like, I remember life was. This is what I remember life was. And it's magic. So the long and the short is that I'm going to be in Skegness on the 12th of September 2025, which sounds to me really not far away because all the tour is sold out. So we have a new date in Skegness, 12th of September 2025 at the Embassy Theatre. I've already got in touch with the Savoy Hotel and the Hatters to offer them tickets because, just to mark what this whole circle of life is with me and Skeggy. But if you're able to come or if you're able to get to Skeggy, what I would love to do, we've got tickets up now on the website. I believe the Embassy has those tickets up as well. It will sell out. What I also want to do is make sure that we link in any of the hotels that stood firm against the Home Office, so that if you're coming to Skeggy to have a lovely weekend, say, with your family or your partner or whatever, I guess the show is kind of adult, so then I'd love it if we could make sure people stay in the hotels that were there to look after the people of Skegness. And our motto on tour is that everybody wins. So we look after our brilliant tech team and security. We look after the venue, make sure they get a record bar, and we clear up after ourselves. And also we want to look after the town and make sure the coffee shops are full and the bars are full, and we want to look after hotels as well. So what we're trying to do is just bring back a bit of the Britain that we all love and loved. And I just wanted to share with you that you have been part in any way that you've helped support me, whether it's just to be listening or be kind, or maybe you've turned up, or maybe you've had a look for tickets, or maybe you've dropped your email at katiesarms.com, whatever you've done just to help my path, being in an audience in a different venue. Thank you. Because of that, we've now got Skeggy. Skeggy will go onto the tour list. And as you might be seeing now, other artists or whatever, randoms like me, are following the venues that I have cleared the way with your help. And they are finding spaces to be able to speak as well, which is also my thing, is to take the punches, to clear a path so that other people can be heard. And really importantly on that, if I may, that isn't so that people can be heard who think like me or agree with me. You could be my harshest critic. You could be someone who's tried to silence me or has done something specific to get rid of me in the past. And I still hope that you get to use one of the venues that we've punched a path through for you, because that's the only way we get back to something close to having freedom to speak, to be, to think, to exist in this country. So an update for you, if you can come along to Skegness, I know it's going to be brilliant. It's going to be very emotional for me as well. I'd love to see you there. Thank you to the Savoy Hotel. Thank you to the Hatters. Thank you to the others who didn't sell out, all up and down the country as well. And please know, little by little, we are making a difference, and very soon we'll be coming to a town near you, and I cannot wait to be back on tour. Thank you for listening to this.